Marshmallow Fanboy back with another review, this time of the Marvel Legends series Ant-Man wave, which was the Quantumania wave, everything except for Ultron, which I've already opened in another video. I'm going to be building out Cassie Lang, aka Stature, though I don't think she was called Stature in the movie. So we'll just call her Cassie Lang. I'm going to be opening everything you see here, plus the movie versions of Ant-Man, Kang the Conqueror, and last but not least, Marvel's Wasp. These were good figures to have in the wave, but I feel like it would have been a more successful wave if you had put more movie characters in. For example, the Pyms themselves, the older pair, they had cool uniforms. Each box has, of course, no window, but they have the picture of the figure, some artwork, some cool artwork on the side. Comic book, of course, the comic book ones have comic book art, and the ones that are from the movie have sort of more of a stylized, sort of painted image. There we go. And, of course, each one of them on the back has a picture of the figure itself. This Wasp and all the accessories. Very cool. Of course, Ant-Man with an extra head. I like the human portraits in here. No, Kang doesn't have one. It would have been cool to have a Jonathan Majors likeness. Crossfire, Egghead, and future Ant-Man. So let's break these things out. Let's see what we think about them. First, let's start with future Ant-Man. I don't know anything about this guy, but he's super easy to pose. Very easy to get into cool positions, and he's got... I'm not going to go over all the articulation for these guys, but he's on an older body. He's got a cool head. I don't know if that's accurate. That's probably super accurate. He's got butterfly joints. And he's got the ab crunch. And he's got double pin elbows and double pin knees. So he's definitely on an older body. But it's still very cool. If you're into versions of Ant-Man and you have... I gotta imagine somebody out there has got an Ant-Man collection going, and they've got all the, the Eric O'Grady evil Ant-Man and all of the different versions of Ant-Man, even the shrunk up Ant-Man, or maybe the 3 3/4 Ant-Man, because he could be sort of in the midst of a transformation. They're adding this guy to it. He's cool. He's definitely cool. I don't mind the older body parts, and I don't mind that it's sort of a repaint. It's cool. And on that older body, man, it's real heavy, so it just stands up real nice. Next on our list is Egghead. Egghead is a villain. I don't know anything about him. I don't particularly care for this villain at all, but got a pretty good head sculpt. Looks really sinister. It's really unique. Has that egghead that's probably straight from the comics. He's got a little pistol that's really cool. It is very cool looking. Fits in his hand good. I'll put that aside. He didn't come with any other accessories except for the pistol. My only complaint with him is that everything is reuse, and that's fine, except for the head, which is a new sculpt. But things like at the bicep, it looks a little bit ill-fitting. It looks a little too big. Like they put it together with something else. I mean, it looks pretty good, except for that where the bicep connects to the shoulder. Oh, the shoulder kind of comes out. That's interesting. Doesn't fit very well. No, it's pretty good. I don't know. It's weird. I don't like it. But he would make an excellent... he would make an excellent figure to put a regular head on. Because this guy could be any flunky in a lab. He's a little bit thicker, so he could be a little bit of an intimidating scientist with maybe a pistol or something, or not the laser gun. He doesn't really look menacing with a laser gun, but he's sure is something. Yeah, that's all I can say. Egghead, I don't know him. I'm not really super impressed, but I needed him to build Cassie. Now let's take a look at a guy who sold out on Amazon at least once, and he has been in kind of demand for some reason. Crossfire. Now, Crossfire is on the old body as well. He doesn't have butterfly joints, but he's heavy. He's easy to stand up. Super fun to pose. He comes with the rifle, and I don't know who came with that rifle before. I think Black Widow kind of came with the Walmart one. I think it was the one of her in the white, where she was an assassin. I think I can't remember, but I think it was her sniper rifle, and it came with the strap. Let me take the gun off. So the strap was easy. It's just you kind of thread it through that back one, and then you kind of pull it through, and it doesn't close. There, it's open there, and then you slip it over the barrel, and then you have to get it past the sight here to get it to stay stable. It also came with, I put fists on him, but he comes with 2 pair of open grip hands for the rifle, as well as he has the gun blast that you can stick in the gun port, like so. Bang, bang, bang. And he has this puff of smoke that you can also put in the gun port. And just like that, you have a little puff of smoke coming out of the barrel. Though I do wish the puff of smoke was colored a little bit differently, maybe a little bit lighter, like a light gray, to really make it stand out. A lot of accessories, a lot of posability for Crossfire. It's a good figure if you're into him. And judging by the sales on this one, you guys are digging him quite a bit. It's a good figure. I just don't know much about Crossfire. Or I should say, I don't really know anything about Crossfire. So now we get into the movie theaters and I meant movie figures. I said right into the movie theaters. Okay, right into the movie figures. And let's start with the big bad of the film, Kang the Conqueror. This is the Kang that we are most familiar with from the 616 Marvel Universe. I think Aman Vellani asked Kevin Feige once if what universe the MCU happens in. He insisted it was the 616, and she said, I'm happy to let him think that it exists in the 616, and she's right. The 616 is the Marvel universe. It's the universe that Stan and Jack started. It's that universe. It's not the MCU, though it would be super cool one day if they took 1 or 2 of the heroes, like maybe Captain America falls through a wormhole or something that ends up in the MCU, and he's like, well, no, I'm different universes, Captain America. Just like Monica ended up in, so spoiler alert for the Marvels. If you don't want to hear this, fast forward about 20 seconds. But it's like how Monica ends up in the X-Men universe. Just falls kind of through a portal. So let's take a closer look at Kang. He's got, his torso kind of came apart a little bit. He's got this sliding torso. I've never seen that before. It's kind of a free floating. Wow, that's crazy. I don't know what kind of joint that is. Feels like it's like a waist rocker, but it's more slidey and more like, wow, it's super weird. Okay, so I'm over that. Okay, so the likeness is pretty good. Jonathan Majors likeness with the blue makeup on and everything and the helmet. I would have preferred a portrait of Jonathan Majors, just because we're getting a portrait of all of the other movie characters and a helmeted version of them. The only thing that Kang came with, though, was an extra pair of hands. He has the fists on right now, but he has these open hands for gripping things. I don't know what kind of things he would grip. But also, you can't tell on the box or anything else, but that purple has a really nice sheen to it, and it almost kind of has kind of a tortoiseshell kind of effect on the boots and things, where if the light hits it just right, it just kind of changes different colors a little bit. As far as the purple gets a little lighter purple, little bluish on the I don't know what this is, kilt. I'm gonna call it a kilt. That's probably not what it is, but he's got the standard sculpted cape, but this is definitely Vision's cape. Has all the little designs and the little hexagons from like WandaVision. So this is definitely Vision's cape. So there's no going around that, but it comes right down from his, whatever the thing is around his neck. I'm not sure what that's called or anything. He's kind of a pain to stand, but because the cape kind of throws off the weight a little bit. But it's a really good likeness of Jonathan Majors. It's at least so good that you could look at it and go, is that Jonathan Majors? You wouldn't have any trouble pinning that down. And that is Kang. Now let's talk about Scott. Scott Lang, aka Ant-Man, comes with a pointer finger, which I put on him immediately because he needed to be pointing at somebody. For whatever reason, he was the hardest figure to stand up. I had him in a couple different positions, and he would stand for about 4 seconds, and then he would fall right over. He was the least stable figure in the wave. I don't think I had any problem standing Ultron up from one of my previous reviews. But Scott, I just had problems. Scott comes with a number of accessories. Comes with, of course, the helmeted head. And he comes with 2 extra hands. I put the pointer finger in his hand, but he also comes with a fist for that hand. He has a fist on right now, but he comes with an open hand also. It's a really good Paul Rudd likeness. I really like it a lot. I can't talk to the accuracy of the costume. I'd have to sort of line them up side by side and take a look at them. But this feels very accurate, or at the very least, I'm buying it 100%. He didn't come with any Build-A-Figure parts. I wish Egghead had not had a Build-A-Figure part, and then I would have never had to get Egghead. That's probably why Marvel Legends team put the torso in Egghead's thing. They were like, nobody's going to be able to avoid buying this piece of garbage. They probably didn't say that. They probably used the bad word. Anyway, that's a good Paul Rudd likeness. It's welcome in the collection. I don't know if it's different from any of the other Paul Rudd likenesses we've gotten. And I also can't remember if we've gotten any Paul Rudd likenesses. I know that we have gotten a Janet Van Dyne likeness before, and that it was good. And this one is not playing around either. This one is good. I can't talk to the accuracy of the costume. I don't know, but it feels absolutely accurate. And it comes with wings. And the wings are very cool, and they of course move. They attach to her back, and you can put them in different configurations and keep them like this if you like them. They are very stiff. They're not very rubbery, and that's kind of one of my complaints about most Marvel Legends items, is that they're a little gummy. No obvious place to put this on her back. It has a little bit of a dot on it, so I'm guessing you can take this off. And you can. She is wearing this when she is in package, and you can take that off, and you can attach the other wings. It plugs in really nice, and then you can articulate the wings. And like I said, the wings don't bend real easy, so you can kind of throw them up against stuff, and they're not really going to get damaged. It's pretty sturdy, which is exactly what you want if it's a superhero figure and kids are going to be playing with her. In addition to the wings, she comes with, of course, fists are on her now, but she comes with 2 open hands, and she comes with the helmet in which you can see her eyes right through the visor. Which is a really cool feature of the character. Really cool, I should say, is a really cool feature of the action figure. And that is Wasp, which leaves one massive character to go. And I do mean massive. You can see Cassie is massive. She towers over the Wasp. She's almost twice Wasp's size. She is about 11 inches tall. She is a massive figure and a welcome addition to the collection. She is awesome looking in her likeness from the movie. I'm not really familiar with the actress. The likeness, I don't have an opinion on because I can't remember what she looked like, which is weird. And I don't want to do research. So she has a standard uniform, standard PIM uniform, except for, of course, tennis shoes, which is very sort of in with some of the other characters that we're seeing. The younger characters are rocking, shoes with their super suits. It is a really cool figure. I like Cassie a lot, and I think that I'm going to look forward to seeing her in more movies. Hopefully, Kamala will recruit her for her Young Avengers / Champions team. I'm not sure which one she's recruiting for. But that is all of the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania figures. I've enjoyed taking them out and taking a closer look at them. And if you can get these guys, they're pretty cheap now because it's almost Christmas, and after Christmas there'll be sales again, and hopefully you can get these guys for $15 a piece and put Cassie together yourself. So until next time, enjoy your toys.